A home. It's one of our most fundamental human needs and the reason we are all in this business. This summer, as we as a country celebrate the 31-year anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, it's important to remember that providers in the affordable housing industry have an important role to play, not only in making more housing more accessible economically, but in creating more opportunities for fair and equal access for our populations with disabilities. On July 26, 1990, President George H.W. Bush signed the Americans with Disabilities Act into law. Mirrored after the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which itself prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, the ADA was created to provide equal opportunity for people with disabilities specifically. According to this law, disabilities are defined both in terms of mental and physical conditions, and such conditions need not be lifelong. So what does this mean for affordable housing and those providing compliance and training services in the industry? The Americans with Disabilities Act has several sections or titles, but it's Title III that is of considerable interest to us. Title III prohibits discrimination on the basis of disability in the activities of places of public accommodations and requires newly constructed or altered places of public accommodation to comply with ADA standards. While it might seem that this title does not apply to residential properties, such as affordable housing complexes, we must consider that there are many public spaces in addition to individual apartments, etc., that form part of our affordable housing communities. A common example of disability discrimination that affordable housing management companies might make is owning a building with no handicap parking spaces, and thereby not allowing those with a disability access to a handicap parking spot. Many apartment buildings are older than 1990, and sometimes residents are told that their building is grandfathered in and doesn't need to comply with the ADA, even if there's a public element such as a rental office. However, this isn't true. No matter the age of the building, tenants do have disabled parking rights. There's no grandfather exception to the ADA. The facility is expected to, quote, remove barriers to access whenever readily achievable, end quote. This language does cause a lot of uncertainty, since readily achievable is usually dependent upon resources and cost, or on structural barriers. But in the case of parking, which, unlike prohibitive staircases or narrow doorways, can be comparatively easy to change with restripping and signage, there should never be a reason one cannot comply with the ADA laws in this instance. This feature under 5 was brought to you today by your colleagues at Zephyr and Associates. Learn more by visiting our course offerings at Zephyr University, Zephyr and Associates Institution of Higher Learning. You may follow the link below. We have also provided a link to the ADA website on this slide. Have an excellent day.